Hi everyone, welcome to today's stream. Today's stream is going to be something a little bit different that we do. It's not custom blocks. It's going to be SlotFill. SlotFill is fun, and it's the way to extend the Gutenberg interface. Hey, Timothy Jacobs, welcome aboard. Thanks for first time chat from viewer. Thank you. Cool. Yeah. So, anyways. So as WordPress developers, I guess we're very used to having places to be able to. Oh, cool. Well, you'll always be Florida Coder Man to me. That's so weird. Anyway, so if like the WordPress in general, but since the dawn of the hook system, which I think I'm not like to version 2 or something. Has always been extendable, and so it allows us to insert things in certain places. For like specifically, if you wanted to have an action, there's a lot of actions on the PHP side of things, right? So like add action to insert a thing in a certain place, and that's kind of what the SlotFill system does. But it's a completely different. It's nothing to do with hooks at all. It's React based. It's similar to Block Editor Handbook. There is a whole thing on SlotFill which I would highly recommend you take a look at. I'll drop it into the chat here. Paste. So that's the SlotFill stuff. So there's about 10 slot fills available, so slots and fills. So basically, I'm all over the place here, but if you think about how slots work, is this the component? Yeah. So we have a slot that is exposed somewhere. Here's some more documentation here. I'll just drop it in here. Paste. So the concept is we have a slot that's exposed somewhere in the UI, and then we add fills to it, and those fills at runtime gets moved from the place where it's originally rendered into the place where it needs to live. It's kind of like portal rendering a bit. So, yeah. So those two links are going to be super helpful, but we want to write some code, so we're going to write some code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of these slot fills. So there's a bunch of them. Hey, this is a new one. Where's this one? I've never heard of this one before. The main dashboard button in the post editor and the site editor is used for returning back to... Interesting. I didn't know that one existed, so maybe there's a bit more now. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so we're gonna just scaffold out a thing, and we're gonna add a slot to each one of these, and then we can get into maybe writing some custom ones. The world is our oyster at this point. So, okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't think I need my timer running anymore. Oh, what did I just quit? Oh, VS Code. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, cool. I'm going to quit the stream timer. Let's do that. There we go. Now, anyhow, let's get back to it. Cool. All right, so I'm using local to get set up here. I have a little site set up. So typically, if you've been to any of my streams in the past, I would run the create block package to scaffold us out of block. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, in this case, that's not what we need. This is not a block. This is registered in a much different way. So we're going to do this a bit more manually. I'm in my in here. I'm going to just zoom in a little bit more so people can actually, what is that? People can actually read what I'm doing. In my WP content, I'm just going to create a new new plugin. I'm going to call this plugin SlotFill Extravaganza. That's how I'm going to spell it. I need a file in there called plugin. PHP, because this is going to be a plugin. So I'm just going to grab this stuff out of here just to make this nice and neat. So this is going to be SlotFill Extravaganza. Yeah, that's it. Let's change this to read some other things. This is all available slots. Okay. And sure. I'm going to call this SlotFill and the package would be Twitch streams, and great, awesome, cool. So if we jump over into here now, we can come into plugins. What needs to be updated? Oh, I'm gonna update the Gutenberg plugin while I'm here, and I'm gonna deactivate that. And then do I have one in here? There we go. So here's our SlotFill extravaganza plugin. It will do exactly nothing. We will see nothing. It will do nothing. I've lost my chat window. There we go. Cool. Okay, so to register a slot, we need to use this register plugin function. And so the register plugin function is on the WordPress plugins, but we still need some plumbing here. We need to have a build process. We need to do all this. So I'm going to do a bit of that over here now. So in my plugins, put that thing, SlotFill extravaganza. I'm going to open this up in my little terminal here, and I'm going to say npm init. I'm just, oh, you know what I should have said was just yes to everything. I'm just going to say yes to all the things here. Great. And then we will open up our package, make sure we got some stuff in here. I don't need that. Just for the sake of doing this. Okay, and then it's actually a different but we should be using gplay. Yes, we need to license this correctly, so let's put that in there. Cool. So the only other thing now is we're going to need to add the scripts package. So let's go in here. Make sure you can actually read what I'm doing here. You know what, I might just do this in another window because that would be easier. Sorry, I've got a bunch of things going on here. CD SlotFill extravaganza. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. Zoom in a little bit. Cool. I'm gonna clear this. Guess I have come on to work with Highbrand, JBardy. Oh well, welcome to the chat, JBardy. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, might as well jump on board with the Gutenbergs. Cool. So what was I gonna do? All right, okay, so I'm gonna do npm install. I'm gonna install the @WordPress scripts package because that's what we're gonna use for our build. It's gonna get run. Spam cat. Hi. Nice to see you. So that's running in the background. Let's run in the background. So I'm going to do some more setting up. So right out of the box, the scripts package looks for its stuff in source. So I'm going to just put a little file in here, call it index.js, and then everything else is just going to get imported into this as we need it, right? So let's just see what this is doing. Just taking a heck of a long time to install. I'm going to close that so we have some more space. Right. So what's the best way to do this? Yeah. I'll just wait till this is, holy smokes. Okay, so we got our node modules in there. Is this done yet? Still going. Still going. Okay, cool. So that's good. All right, so we need to add some stuff in here. We need to add some scripts. We're gonna start. So this is gonna be WP scripts start, I believe, and then we'll do like a build as well. For the purpose of what we're doing today, we'll probably only ever use this start command, but that's fine. So, all right, cool. So now I've got this going. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say, I'm gonna clear my console or my terminal, and I'm gonna say npm start, and this should put us into watch mode, and it's putting us into watch mode. So I'm just gonna hide this now. We don't need that. So in here we've got a build, and you see we got nothing going on because there's nothing in there, but we have our index assets. That's cool. That's very, very cool. So if we were doing a block, if we were building out a block, we could just call register block type, and we could pass it the path to a block.json file, and it would just enqueue all the things. Well, in this we can't. So what we need to actually do is we're gonna need to enqueue our stuff manually. And I have a little snippet that I'm happy to share right here, if I can get it. I'm just gonna drop it in here, and then we'll talk through it. So This is my PHP CS losing its mind a little bit. What's going on with this? Yeah, get out of here. Okay, so we're not really using namespaces in here, so I'm going to take some of this stuff out. This is just from another file. You know what? Let's use a namespace. Let's just use namespace. At namespace. Wait, no, just namespace. Sorry. Twitch. What do I call it? Twitch. Sure, that's our namespace. No, namespace. SlotFill. Am I doing that right? Is it this way? No, it's definitely this way. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got name. Okay, one PHP-CS for the win. SlotFill. Okay, cool. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. We're going to update some of this. So this is going to be added to our to the enqueue block editor assets function. Ugh, okay, fine. And this is what is this is what's called behind the scenes when we're actually enqueuing JavaScript and CSS for blocks, but we have to do it manually. So we're just going to pass it the name of a function. In this case, we're going to say enqueue block editor assets, right? And so we're doing a couple of things. I'm just gonna walk through this. So the first thing that we're checking for is we're going to look for the existence of this file in our build directory. So this is going to say look in the plugin file, like so get the path to the plugins relative to this file, and then look inside of build and look for this. So this handles all of our versioning and handles all of our what's the word I'm looking for, dependencies. That's it. And so once this is set up, we don't have to worry about dependencies again. I don't know if anyone's ever run into issues where there was like you added a new package to something, or you're adding a different JavaScript. A different WordPress package, and you didn't add it to your list of dependencies in Qscript, and things didn't work. It used to be you had to go and do that manually all the time. It was a real pain in the butt. So we don't want to do that. So that's what this is probably going to do. Not probably, it's definitely what it's going to do. So this is going to check to see if that file exists. If it does exist, it's going to require it, and then we are going to I'm just going to give this a different name. If I can't spell, switch SlotFill extravaganza. I will learn to spell that before the end of this thing. So this is going to say, so we're going to queue the script. This is the name of the script. We're going to look again in our build directory for an index.js, which we have right here. And then now this is the magic part here. This is going to look at the assets, and it's going to, if we open this up, we'll see we have dependencies. Let me just do this. Sorry, I can't mess with it. We have dependencies and we have version. So these get updated every time we build, right? And I'll show that in a second. But so that's where this comes from. So now that this is in place, we don't need to do this anymore. We can just we're good. We can literally close this file forever. Well, maybe not forever, but for the next little while, anyways. So how do we know it's working? Let's just take a look. So in my source, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to say console.log load. No, you know what? Let's get real rude about it. Alert. Load. Oh my God, come on. Loaded. All right, so we'll save that. Now if I come over here and I go, okay, so let's just refresh this. You'll see that we didn't see anything. Plugin is active. So if I go here, go add new. See, so we got loaded. So that I know that it's being enqueued, and I know that it's only being enqueued inside the block editor. And that's a thing, which we want to do. Now keep in mind with the addition of the site editor, it also gets enqueued because it's technically a block editor as well. Behind the scenes, the block editor component builds both of these things. So that's one thing to keep in mind, which is, it's just something to keep in mind. It's not something that's going to cause a problem right now, but anyways, it's something to keep in mind. Cool. So that's this. We'll get rid of that now. All right. So let's start building out our slots. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to import register plugin. Oh my sweet Lord! Register plugin from WordPress. I think think it's plugin. It's plugin. But let's take a look here. WordPress plugins. Okay. So that's so WordPress plugins. Oops. Oh my. If anyone's keeping count of these typos, it's ridiculous, man. All right, so that's okay, cool. All right, so then we're gonna call register plugin. Register plugin takes what does it take? Man, it's been a while. So if we look at register plugin, okay, cool. So it takes the name of your plugin. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I want. Let's just look at, I'm going to look in the package reference so we can see this. I know what it takes, but I want to show this anyways. Don't know how to do the alphabet. Plugins. So this is all the things that you can have access to with the plugins API. So plugins, basically, just think of plugins as SlotFill. It's not a plugin in the sense of how like WordPress installs plugins, right? It's a plugin into Gutenberg, if that's a way of doing this. So register plugin, that's what we have here, right? So it takes the settings. Okay, that's super helpful. So basically, oh, what does the scope thing do? I don't know what the scope thing does. That's neat. Render is a component. Scope is my page. Huh, well, there's some documentation that needs to be updated here, it looks like. Okay, cool. Anyways, the two things that you really only need two things, but we're gonna give it a name. That's the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna call this SlotFill extravaganza. I'm gonna keep spelling it wrong. All right, so that's just the name of our plugin. It should be unique, so we're not stomping on other people's plugin. If I remember correctly, this is the plugin. Timothy Jacobs. If I remember correctly, scope lets the plugin provider only load plugins with a matching scope. That's interesting. We'll give that one a whirl. And then it takes an object. And so the one thing that you absolutely need is you need a render property. And the render property is basically the component that's going to get rendered when you're doing this. I'm going to create a component and call it, let's just go with it, SlotFill extravaganza, and we're just going to make it a functional component, and it's going to return whatever it's going to return. All right. So so then this thing goes in here, right? Let's just look. Yep, goes in there. And then inside of here is where we would put our slot fills. Now you can do other things here as well. We can also add an icon, right? Which can be a string. So you could say like smiley, or yeah, smiley is one. It can be any of the dash icons. But you can also pass it a custom icon that can be like an SVG or something. So, which I happen to have one here, which I think this might be an avocado, so I'm gonna put a folder in here and call it whatever icon. Oh, not there. Oops. I'm just gonna put a new file in here and call it icon.js. Right, we can do this, and then we're just exporting. Oh wait, is that a logo? What? Oops. I don't know what this is. Hopefully it's something cool. Oh, that's WordPress. Okay, and then so I'm going to import my from icon. What did I call it? Export console. I just call it logo, I think. So you can do this with custom components. So we can just do this. And so anytime that there is a logo that is, or there's an icon associated with a slot, it will display whatever it is that we're putting in here. All right, so enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get into doing a real slot. So there's a bunch. There's a bunch, and I will just show you where they are. Oh, I have it here. So we have slot fills that appear. You may have, there's one right in here, right down in this area. Which I'll just show you that one first. So if we look at the, what was that? That one's called the post status, plugin post status info. That's the one that we need. So we need to import we'll import the, we'll import the slot from here, and then we will render the slot here. So anything that gets rendered inside of this slot will get put in where that, in this fill will get put where the associating slot is, if that makes sense. So if I now come over here and I slot fill, I'm gonna save draft. If I refresh this, there we go. So see, we've got a little high button, high in there. So clearly that is a useless example. Question, is there any reason plugins should use the SVG components from WordPress primitives? I'm not you can use them if you want. Is that, is there any reason plugins should use the SVG components from, yeah, I think so. I'm not sure I understand the question, Timothy. Sorry. I think the SVG components from primitives you can use to wrap other things. But that's the logo you're using. I noticed you're just using regular JSS tags. Yeah, that's because I had an SVG file that I just, there's an online tool that I found somewhere that just converted the SVG into React one for me. So I'm just using that. But you can use any component. Like you can use anything you want in there as long as it returns, does it say? Man, we need a better. You can use a string, or you can use anything that basically returns a component. So there, you could use that. Is the long and short of it, I guess, right? These is pretty. I think that's the one that I'm using as well. Let's look. Yep, that's exactly the one that I used for this. This is a great tool. Yeah, sorry, Timmy, this wasn't a very good answer, but you could use it. There's no reason you can't. You can use it. If it's a component, you can display it, as long as it's a visual thing, right? Yeah, so that one doesn't look like it has a, so this is slot post status info, right? So we come back over here, we refresh this, you can see we've got this post status info thing. Right, yeah, cool. Yes, cool. Yeah, so that's the first one. So you can see, like, this is a pretty cool place to put things. For some things, it's almost always visible at the very top when you're in the post. I know of at least one plugin that inserts things there. The next one that I can think of off the top of my head is the document settings panel. So this is a cool one that will actually insert one of these panels for us. So what we can do is document settings panel right here. So we can see. Oh yes, this is a better. These props are better here. So the icon can be a string, as we saw. It can be a smiley or whatever. Or the dashcon slug or an SVG WP element. So that might answer your question a little better, Timothy, hopefully. So we're going to the document settings panel from the same place. I believe it's always in post edit. Yeah, these are all in post edit package. So I'm just going to keep adding them and do this. And so one cool thing about this is you can use, we can use the same, we can use the same plugin to register multiple slots. It doesn't matter. You can put as many as you want in. And it doesn't really matter the order either. Unless you're into doing the, unless you have the same, if you have the same slot, if you had multiple document settings panels, the order in which they appear here is the order in which that they are rendered. So that's the only thing that that you need to be worried about when you're doing multiples in the same plugin. This is the plugin document setting panel. So let's refresh this. Come back over here. We should see a little. Oops. What do I do? Well, that's just interesting. Why didn't that? Oh, do I need to put a? Let's look. I think I need to put a couple of these things in here. Some props. All right, so custom panel, and then we refresh this. There we go. Oh yeah, so it's an avocado because I'm a developer advocate. So this is the custom panel. So you can put anything you want inside of this custom panel. And one thing it does do, which is really handy, is it wraps it inside the panel body and all that fun stuff. So this is a really great way of, like, you know, if you want to add controls to mess with like custom fields or you know, stuff like that. You can absolutely do that. And this is not related to a block. Obviously, it's related to this. And you can put as many of these in here as you want. Now, what you can't do is order them, other than via source order. There. Cool. So the next one we can look at is what's the plugin Sidebar? So let's do a plugin Sidebar. Again, I'm just gonna keep loading these in, and they are in no particular order. I'm going to just grab the majority of this sort of. I'm just gonna grab that. Put it in here. That's what I need. Don't need the. I'm just gonna keep the icon the same. Oh, actually, some of these will override the icon. Like I think if I just do like let's do smiley in here, which I think is one. What have I done wrong? Nope, don't need that. Cool. Let's just see what that does. Refresh this. Yes, reload, please. Cool. So this is up here now. I'm sure the majority of the people here have seen something here. Like this registers the plugin. You know, you can do things like that. Now, does it also? It does. Okay, cool. So what that does is it puts it up in here, and it by default it stars it, or like bookmarks it, or whatever you want to call it. Pins. It pins it, right? And then, but it also adds option in the options panel here to open and close your plugin, right? So that's how. So like Yoast does this. I think AMP does this. There's a bunch of. This is probably one of the more commonly used ones, but and along with the what am I saying? Words are not coming to me at the moment. Along with this one. So if you pass an icon here, it will use it, but if you don't, it should inherit the plugin, the icon that is registered via, yeah, see, so we go up here. So let's start that. So you see we've got my plugin there, right? So that's pretty cool. All right, let's see what else we got. I'm interested to see this one. I've never heard of this one before. Site editor example. So what is this? This is experimental. So I wonder if it's still experimental. Let's look. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna take a look and not that. I'm gonna see what we got in the console. I'm gonna zoom it in, clear it. I say wp dot. What is the thing? Edit post. WP edit post. dot. Okay, so it is there as experimental dashboard button. Okay, well, let's see what this does. I don't recommend using this because experimental usually means that it could change at any time. But we're gonna have some fun with this. So I'm gonna say, where'd that go? Here it is. So we're gonna do this experimental. Right, it's main dashboard button. So if I drop main dashboard button down at the bottom, let's see what the example is showing me. Okay, that's pretty. Oh, interesting. Okay. This will override the icon button. Okay, so if I just do this, let's see what this actually will override. This is neat. I didn't know about these. I'm usually pretty up to date on the old SlotFills, but not today, it seems. Oh, custom main. Okay, interesting. Let me undo that and just see what that looks like. I don't remember what that looked like. What did that do? That's weird. I'm gonna put the logo in here maybe. Logo. Oh, I don't think that's gonna work. Let's see. Did I break it? Oh yeah. Did I ever break it? I think because it's an SVG, I need to try that. Let's try this. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's a thing. That's interesting. So I'm not really seeing. I would imagine that if I did something like this, maybe. Ruba, this might be this. I think speaks to the thing that you were doing with your putting it on the other end. Try full screen mode. So there's a button in there. Yeah, let's go full screen. Good idea. Full screen. So it's throwing a button in. But I don't. Oh, I see what you're saying, Jacob. Nice call. That's this. So that completely replaces that. Interesting. Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Interesting. If your goal is just to replace the icon of the existing button in your poster, you can shoot in the following way: full screen. Ew. Place it a bunch of my sites with a logo plus text. I guess that's so FCC can change that to open the sidebar. Yeah. So this is interesting here. So the first thing that I thought when I was messing with this was like, this is not super handy because it's not clean. Like I can't just put something there and have it nice and wrapped and all that stuff. But apparently you can, and you can by doing this. So I can I do that? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So what was the example that they showed? Full. Oh, that's okay. Cool. So if I just want to change the icon, this is possible by doing so like this, and then I pass logo in there, and then in full screen mode, this should be my little avocado. It is. That I like. That is really cool because this is like pretty neat branding stuff. Although that's not what I wanted to have happen. Was that what that did normally? Let's see. Does this take me? Oh, it takes me to the dashboard. Okay. All right. Cool. So I just linked it to the wrong place. I wonder if I don't pass it in href, what happens? If I just want to have that. Yeah. So that'll. Is it just gonna bring me back? Oh, cool. All right. So that's a really quick and dirty way of doing that. Icon sounds very confusing to a lot of people. Simple icon is very slick for sure. Yeah, it's always done that. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so that's a fun one. So what's the next one that we should look at here? So we've done, what's this block settings? Oh, okay, cool. So if we want to add our own little block settings drop down in here, item, let me zoom in, we can do that. So I'm going to grab this stuff needs to be updated. I can say that because I wrote it. I think we need to update this stuff. And I can put this in here. And then we're going to do a little one of these. I'm just going to grab the whole example out of here. So this. That's interesting. Okay, and I can put that in there. So plugin block settings. So what is allowed blocks? What is that? Super duper interesting. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna refresh this, and then if I type, there we go. So we should have a menu item text clicked. So again, I should be able to just pass my logo in there. Oh, actually, I can. It should inherit. If I remember correctly, some of them didn't inherit. I can't remember if this is one of them or not. We'll just, oh wait, some content, save draft. Let's see. This one might not. This one might be the one that doesn't. So I might. So you have to. No, it's a capital L. I think that's documented though, is it not? Weird. Okay, so let's. Interesting. It should be. I should get that documented. It's not. Okay, so that's adding that. So that's doing this. So what is this? What does this allowed blocks doodad do? It seems like it doesn't actually do anything. Oops. Let's get rid of it and see what happens. Okay, so, all right. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Great point. Let's put a button in and let's see. Buttons, test. Maybe that's it. Let's see. Show up in here. Oh, did I removed it. That is probably exactly what it's for. So this is gonna only show up on those blocks. Hold on, let's save this draft. Let's take a look. Okay, so in my paragraph, I see it, and then in my block, I don't. That's exactly what it is. Timothy, well done. That makes total sense. So that allows you to be contextual about how you insert these things. That's really, really neat. I'm going to pin my toolbar at the top because that's how I like to roll. That's very cool. That's very, very cool. Okay, so that's good to know. And then, yeah, and then so you can do whatever you want in here. Whatever you want is going to be very up to you, obviously. So I don't know. Okay, so what else we got? So we've done the document setting panel one. Seen that. Plug in more menu item. We just did that. We just did that one? No, we didn't do that one. This will add a slot to the more tool section. Okay, so let's go plug in more menu item. I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna grab this, and let's just grab the whole example here. Do this and put down the bottom. Okay, so it's gonna be logo, and I think this might be similar to what happens, I think here. My plugin. Okay, yeah. So what is this? What did I call this thing? More menu item. So let's see where that shows up here. More menu item. Okay, cool. So this one is introduced with that SlotFill and allows you to do something. However, this one is automatically added. So this is the same slot, right? I wish you could pin the toolbar to the top and still have easy access to the parent block icon. Interesting. Buttons. Cool. Sorry. I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, so this is the slot. The slot. So these are two fills that are introduced by two different means, right? So this bottom one comes along when we registered this whole plugin thing, and this one is what we just did just a second ago. So it just adds that one. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Plugin sidebar. What's the plugin sidebar more menu item? Slot allows the creation of a plugin sidebar with a menu item that, when collected all, will expand the sidebar to provide system. This is strange. This one seems to be doing the same thing as what we were doing before, because here's our plugin sidebar menu item. What did I just put in there? Plug in more menu item. All right, so let's go. I'm gonna put this example in and see what happens. I feel like this example might be sort of extraneous at this point. I'm just gonna grab this example, drop it in here. I'm just gonna change fragment to this thing. So it's just a logo. So let's just see what happens here. I think this is gonna basically introduce another plugin for us here. Yeah, so there's two plugins. I'm gonna call this, oh, come on. What did I just do there? I think there's a Twitter one, isn't there? Why not? I'm just doing this so we can see the difference between the two. Yeah, so what is that? So that's the sidebar, and that's this thing. Oh, okay, so this is... Okay. So this approach will register your plugin, and then that's weird. So that's this. So it won't automatically register it. I wonder if I take this thing out, what happens here? Still registers the plugin, and now the plugin's down here again. So I think this might be a little bit redundant. Trying to see if there's a... Yeah, it seems like this approach has now been sort of supplanted by a better approach for just adding this sidebar thing. I guess maybe if you wanted to have a bit more control over some things, you could do that. That's probably where you'd want to do it. Like I don't know what plugin sidebar components where's the actual slot? Come on now, slot, where are you? Guess we could look at the source code. There's probably you could probably be a bit more verbose in here in naming, and you could have a different icon. So actually, that's probably one good reason. If you wanted to say have a slightly different icon in here or something, you could do that, or mess with the names. Cool. So there's some pre-publish panel and post-publish panel, so we can look at those. Those are pretty straightforward. I think majority of people have seen these, but if you want to add something before the post is published, you can do that with this. Hi from the pre-publish panel, and if I come over here now, I'll refresh this, and if I hit publish, what happened? Switch to draft. Why didn't I get that? Did I turn this? What the deuce? I didn't get the... Okay, weird. Where are my options? Where are my preferences? Include pre-published checklist. So that's the thing. So yeah, okay, let me switch to draft. So apparently I've turned this off somewhere. So that's what this is. So that pre-published panel will show up here. So I think in one of my streams earlier, I did like a a pre-published checklist. And this is a way you could do it here, but you see the one issue with doing it here is that if someone unchecks this, then this just doesn't get shown. So, but this is a good way of, like, you know, if you need to add to this. And then there's its companion one, which would be the post publish panel, which shows up after the post has been published. So like this. Oops. What am I doing? Oh man, cannot type. Hi from the post. I typed like I speak. What is this? It's not defined. Have I not imported it? No. Why did I not import? Oh, get out of here. Plugin post publish duty dad. Okay, like this. Okay, now we should have it. Okay, cool. So now we'll come over here and refresh the post publish panel. Yeah, I know. It's just the way I live my life, I guess, Jacob. Okay, so this is the pre-publish. We've seen that one. So if I publish this now, so now we've got a post-publish. So this would be cool if you wanted to, like, I don't know. There's all kinds of, like, post-publishing actions that you could do in here. Now, just keep in mind, though, I think this is just more informational. I mean, if you want to get really into it, you could probably make some changes to things, but you just saved the post, so you got to be careful whether you want to really save that or not. Okay, well, I think have we gone through the majority of them? I think we have. So there is one thing that I wanted to point out. There's a couple in here that aren't showing up. Now, so everything that we've looked at so far has been in the post, like the block editor experience, right? But what about if we wanted to go into the editor? So let's see what happens. So I don't think I see anything in here, right? So none of our slots have been moved over. Now there are a couple in here, and I have to track them down. So bear with me 1 second here. Okay. So there are. Looks like there's 3. So if I jump over here to this, why does it do that? Why can't I have 2 windows open. I wanted to have different zooms for each. So in the edit site package, we've got ooh, that's going to be a problem, isn't that? Okay, I'm going to just rename this as edit site plugin sidebar. So I'm doing this because I've already got a plugin sidebar. This has already been I'm importing things that are exactly the same name. So I'm just aliasing it here, and that's going to probably be a problem as well, right? We'll just do this. Normally you wouldn't need to do this. I wouldn't probably put all this in the same file either. So I'm gonna just you know what? I'm gonna come up to the top here. Can I put comments in here? Comment. This is post edit, right? And then up here we're gonna go site edit. Site edit. Okay, so let's do. All right, and okay, I need to take my plugin sidebar. I'm just gonna grab all my examples here, and we'll just see what happens. All right, cool. I put them in here. So. Just hide. Oh my God, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna hide this one for now. So the first one we're gonna do is the plugin more menu item. So let's see what happens if I come over here, I refresh this, and we'll see plugin more menu item. What am I doing wrong? More menu item. exactly. Let's check to make sure it's actually in the right spot. So what am I grabbing this from? I'm grabbing this from press edit site. So let's see. So wp.edit. WP? Maybe I'm in the wrong spot. Okay. Well, let's see again. Inspect. You know what? Stand by. Maybe this is. Maybe I need to have the Gutenberg plugin activated, which I didn't think I did, but maybe I do. Maybe I do. Settings, style, export keyboard, copies. Okay, well, maybe that doesn't work. Let's try the other one. Let's try the other one. Oh, I'm an idiot. So, God. Okay, so when you rename something, you have to actually use it for it to work. I mean, it's magic. Ugh, okay, I just disabled the Gutenberg plugin, and let's see. There we go. Okay. Wow. So yeah, so these are specific to the site editor. If we were to jump back over to just like the regular post editor, we shouldn't see this one. Right? We shouldn't. So the SlotFill reference, your link is not in here. It's only in this one, right? So that's that. So there's that thing. The other thing that we did was we added a plugin, right? So I'm going to just import the panel body from. I need it from a different. Import it from here. From components, and it's all giving me grief because I haven't actually got it imported here. It's part of my package in my package.json, but you don't need it because you just don't need it. Trust me. So where did that one go? Oh, I did the same thing. I did exactly the same thing. So because so let's just see. So there we go. So now we have the same plugin that we had before, and it's adding it in here as well. So yeah, and then I think there's one more, and let's see what the other one was. What was that? Plugin more sidebar, more menu item, which we'll just see what that. Do this, and I think I might just be. I'm just going to grab plugin sidebar. Oh, I'm just going to do this. So it looks like it's self-closing. Self-closing. Grab that. Delete this. All right. So let's come back over here. Let's see. Okay, so that's the one. That's weird. So what am I missing something? Oh, I'm missing label? Name? What is it? Maybe it's label. Let's put label in. Hi. Yeah, sure. Push this. Nope. Let's have a look. So they're missing from here, but we're gonna go into the source. I'm gonna go straight to the source, Gutenberg packages. And the packages edit post. Where is down? No, edit site. I'm sorry. And then we're gonna go source, and then we can see where it is. Let's see where I was going here. It'll be exported here somewhere. Plugin sidebar components sidebar plugin sidebar. Okay. Components. Oh wait, that is not the one I want. What is this thing? Components header. More menu item. Was that the one I was fighting with here? So plugin sidebar more menu item. So plugin sidebar more menu item will go in here. Components. I think it's in header. Component. Okay, and let's see what we're expecting here. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so I need to wrap it like that. So was I looking at the wrong? Oh, I did. Yeah, of course I missed it. Dope. All right. Oops. And then okay, so if I come back over here now, where am I? This is the one I want. So we should have. There we go. Cool. So I think that's all of them. I think that's all of them that pretty sure we covered them all. So yep. The dashboard button one was one. So those are all the documented ones that I've seen. So we can talk about, we could talk about creating a custom one and how that would be beneficial. I don't know. What do you all want to talk? What do you all want to talk about? We can change gears entirely too if you want. I was playing around with Typescript the other day, and Adam Wills, Dev, who I don't know if he is here, just wave if you're here, gave me a video to watch that really kind of helped me get my head around TypeScript, and especially TypeScript inside of the block editor and stuff. I'm just starting to dive into Timothy Jacobs. Yeah. So the way that I kind of got it working, well, the thing is, it just kind of works, right? It just kind of worked. Unfortunately, TS for status stuff looks really cool, but I don't understand it yet. Florida and I had a good convo with TS after the live stream too. I haven't found enough time to really dive into it more though. Well, it's my understanding that it's basically like you can be as TypeScripty as you want. You don't necessarily need to have it emit files. You don't necessarily have to run the TSC command if you want. I mean, you absolutely can. But being able to probably type selectors in action seems super cool. Yeah, I think it would be very, very cool. I was debating about TypeScript today, working on that, but I still feel like I don't really have my head wrapped around it entirely. All right, let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. All right, I'm gonna just close this stuff. Well, but before we switch gears, does anyone have any questions or anything they want to see more about SlotFill stuff? Is there anything that they're interested in? It's a super powerful thing, and I think we need more extension points. I think we really do need more extension points. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll take silence as complicity in not wanting to do anything else. So we'll get out of here. Okay. So I'm gonna stop doing this and the CD out, and I'm going to just create block. I wanted to just mention that create block has been updated. And so now the create block package will actually copy PHP files. If you were on my stream where we were building out a dynamic block template, one of the things that didn't work was the template file that I had was stored in source, and well, it worked, but the build process didn't copy that file into the build directory, and it does that now. So yeah, so I've updated this template, which I'm just going to use to set this up. Type TS for noobs. No, not for noobs, for Ryan, who's also a noob. TS for blocks. We'll just do that. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to create this. It's going to run, and then I think we can just do a lot of things by. Don't you do that to me. I did the wrong thing. Let me try this again. At Ryan Welcher. Dynamic block template. So the scripts package it supports TSX files like out of the box. It just works, right? And so I think a lot of what we're doing is just converting things into .tsx, and then we get a lot like VS Code and TypeScript are like tightly joined at the hip, right? Like I think they're like VS Code is like a Microsoft thing, and TypeScript is either entirely Microsoft or it's sponsored heavily by Microsoft. I don't know. Someone in the chat tell me. But yeah, so that is, we're going to get a lot of benefit just from that. And then that might be all we need. The thing that I found to be very difficult was like when I started to get into really some strict stuff. Like I don't tend, like when we're doing things in Gutenberg, we don't Microsoft. Yeah, that's what I thought too. It's either completely run by or sponsored by or whatever by Microsoft, or heavily sort of words are escaping me. Sponsored. There we go. Okay. So TS for blocks. Okay. So cool. So I'm just gonna get into my TS blocks. CD TS for blocks. I'm gonna go npm start because this is just gonna give me a start command. Now this is a dynamic block, but I'm not doing anything on the dynamic on the save side. I'm just gonna do it all in the editor. So I'm just gonna hide this for now. Cool. So we have a block. We know the block is gonna work. It's gonna do some things. So the first thing I think I want to do is I'm just gonna change this to TSX, right? You just get lost. What is this? You get out of here. I'm just gonna, maybe I'll just kill my, I'm gonna kill my build process just for a second, right? And we're gonna go TSX, right? Right? TSX, right? Yeah. What? Okay. I don't know what I'm doing here with the problems. Yeah. Okay, I don't really care. It's giving me grief. Okay, so all I've done now. Let's just make sure the build works. npm start. Okay, build is working. Build is working. Okay, let's jump back over here so we can look at our build. We've got JS files. It's pulling in from TSX. It seems to be working. Let's just look. What am I doing? And please, anyone, if you see me doing dumb things, you tell me right now. It's because that's just not be dumb. Okay, so TypeScript. Okay, I'm just gonna save this. So what did I call this? What did I call this? I don't remember what I called the plugin. Hold on. Not that. TS for blocks. Plugin name. I'm gonna call it TS for blocks. Oh, I probably have to enable it. And then let's just go back. Sorry, let me just clean this up a little bit. Come back over here. Get out of full screen mode. Save draft. I'm gonna get out of full screen mode. Back into my plugins. I'm going to find it, deactivate that, and activate TS for blocks. And come back. All posts. Gonna go to TypeScript. And now I have to remember the name of the block that I just made. It's called TS for blocks. Okay. Let's go. TS for blocks. Okay, so we have a block. Okay, so we know that this is it's compiling, which I'm super happy about. Okay, so now let's look at the edit. So I'm just gonna try to close this stuff down and maybe I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Tell me if it gets unreadable, please. I don't know what that is about, why that's being redonkulous, but so what is this yelling at me for here? What's this say? So this is saying cannot find module or its corresponding type declarations. Okay, so I think we can fix this by just installing it. I think we can fix it by just installing it. npm i. Let's just save. Why can I never remember that? And then that, and then we'll just while we're here, we'll grab the other one too. So if I put these in, this might be all we need for it to stop being dumb. It saves by default. Yeah, see, I can never remember. It's amazing that I held a lead level development position at any company anywhere on the planet. to be honest. So that's installing. Let's make sure that it's actually doing what we need to do. It's not done yet. Oh, there we go. Package. There we go. Okay, so we got these things. So now let's see what happens. Okay, so those issues went away. So okay, this block's fairly useless. I'm gonna add some attributes, right? And I'm gonna add a message. I'm gonna give it a type of string and the default of hello TS. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do that. So now in here, I'm gonna do this. Attributes. Why are you being such a... Delete. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay, that fixed it. I don't know why that was conflicting, but it fixes it. Okay, so I want to get my attributes out, right? Attributes, and I want an attribute of message, right? So, and I'm going to say, Types joining the types repo instead of the source repo. Yeah. So the definitely type stuff. Is that what you're saying? Okay. So this isn't really giving me any. I have no idea what this is supposed to be, right? Am I supposed to do it maybe I do it like this? I think this is the first level of TypeScriptiness, right? And then I heard you can just come up and go to do at ts check. And if I say weird. Okay, so what is this? Okay, so it's typing as any, right? JS docs type, maybe the TypeScript types TS. Okay, so yeah, I'm not really seeing much what's going on. Now, I do know that you can do you can add types in here. This isn't, what's this? Oh. So like immediately I'm like, well, what's the point here? Right? Like I know that, you know, if we're defining these things and I say maybe if I go like if message equals true, like oops, return null. That should be triple equals. Yes. What's this? Yeah. Equals 2. Not really seeing. So if I get rid of these, I'm gonna. Oh, it's just automatically adding it back. Like I know that I could do like, what is it, interface, and call it props, right? And then I can come in, I can do something like this, I think. I can say like attributes. I do like this object. Is that what I do? I can't remember. And then I think I can go props. I call it porps all the time. So, okay. So I think this is what I would prefer to do. I think do it this way, like, and then I can just put this inside of a types folder. I believe if I just do a file called, what is it, types.d.ts, right? And then I come up here. Oh no, come over here, and I go in my types. I think I can export. Can you do? You just do it that way, I think, right? I think everything's getting implicit typed as any. Yeah, it is. I think the issue that I'm running into, and maybe this is where we need to like step it up. Like I need to npm install like Typescript, and then I can. Because when I was messing around with it, like I've messed around with this a few times, and I've yet to find something that's really kind of like clicked with me a little bit. Like, so I have Typescript. I think I have it installed here now. Let's take a look. I do. So if I go, I'm just going to add TSC. Right, TSC. Now if I go like npm run TSC, I think it's init. I think you have to run it like that though. Okay, so now I have a thing. Right, if I just run TSC, is this going to give me all kinds of errors? Yep, gives me a bunch of errors. Could not find a declaration file for module, so I think I need to install the types for that, right? I think that's what I need. So that makes sense. So the property message doesn't run on there. Okay, all right. Oh, I need to add JSX to my Typescript config. I think I do it. The options in here. React JSX. That's the one I've been using. Anyone on there? Modify the type or interface for the edit props. Yeah. Okay, so if I do this again, I run this again. Oh, Zoo Resolve JSON module. I've never heard of that. Is that in there? Okay, so we'll make that true. Wait, is it not true? Okay, so we're getting rid of a lot of our errors here. So one error is the blocks editor. I'm going to run this. And this should get me some of the types that you were talking about, Jacob. Right? Wordpress underscore blocks. So right now, my gut instinct is saying, well, this is a lot of setup. Oh, I'm sorry. Do I keep calling you Jacob? I'm so sorry. Timothy Jacobs, my mistake. I'm embarrassed. My apologies, my friend. That's embarrassing. Sorry about that. All right, so let's run. Okay, cool. Oh, what is this now? Okay. Could not find block editor. All right, let's run that. let's run this. I mean, it'd be cool. You know what? If I could automate a lot of this work, if we could automate this, for example, and David Guire, I think, was asking specifically about this, like an automated, like a template that does all this. That would be super slick. So maybe that's what we end up doing today. So let's see. So okay, message does not exist. So that's fine. So if I come into my types now, I should be able to fix that, right? If I come into my types, and how do I do that? So that's, so I do this, right? Can I do this and say string? Does that work? Does that work? Yeah, there very well might. You're. I think you're right there. I think there is something that we can. Okay, I think there is something that we can use. I'm trying to remember what it is. Because we need to import it, would we not? See, that's the thing. There is definitely there's props already defined in the types somewhere, but I don't know how to use them. Like it would be definitely something in here for blocks. So can I go import? I can go from types. It's got to be types. What? How do I? Shouldn't I be able just to import that? Oh wait, no. Yeah, but wouldn't it be? Shouldn't these be not dev dependencies then? You know who's got a really good Marcus Kazmuzak has a MKaz. He has an example of setting this up. Let's see. Kind of an older blocks. So let's look and see what he's done in his edit TSX. So he's not done anything. Okay. Intriguing. There we go. Oh, where do we go? Typescript. Creating a block of TypeScript. Okay. Okay, so I've already added the type. I think I've already added the types for that. Have I not? Yeah, it's the magic that I'm not really picking up on yet. I don't know, Kevin, if you've got anything in there. Like if I look at the package JSON, is it in dev dependencies? Oh no, it's in dependencies, not dev dependencies. Interesting. I don't know if that's right or not. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Get that out of here. So, I wonder, like, if I block controls, there's types here. So what is it? Block prop. Ah, there we go. Haha. There we go. This is awesome. Check this out. Block edit props. Why is that's not working? Okay. What? Generic type edit props T requires one type argument. That doesn't make any sense. Why does it need to do? What does it need? What does it need to go? Over your blocks attributes. So do I have to extend it? So that's imported that from WordPress blocks. Can I look at it? Okay. Yeah, I got here before, and this, I don't get this. Can anyone explain this crap to me? You need to identify interface attributes message string. Okay, so I need to do an interface, right? Attributes. Oh, attributes. Right, and then we say message is a string, and then I would pass attributes like this. That's not correct at all. It seems to be working. That's just a guess without trying it. Okay. Well, I mean, it's working. Is it working? Let's see if it's working. It should be. Let's see without trying it. I mean, it's not. Let's come back over here and we'll just run TSS. We'll see what this does. So, okay. Block configuration attribute settings. Block configuration overload. No. What the deuce are we talking about? Block configuration attributes. Oh, I think I need to do some stuff in the index. Oh, is it? It's emitting too. So I think we don't want it to emit, right? No emit. I think we want no emit to be true because we don't want it to. It's spitting out these files. I'm gonna delete them, and I don't want that, right? Because we don't need that. Okay, so oh my god, what am I doing? Okay, so in here we've got some. Oh yeah, there's some stuff going on in here. Okay. So block okay. This is the part that's a little bit like I don't know what the hell I'm doing because I'm trying to figure out so attributes block configuration. So I need like what a block configuration? It's not in there. No overload matches this call. Overload 1 of 2. Wait, what? Block save props. Metadata. So string is not assignable. Oh, what's that? That's like Timothy, I don't know what I would do if you weren't here. I gotta say block save props, yeah. Okay. So like what I need is I need like the registration part, right? Like I'm for block registration. Block sports, block for children, change block. Where am I here? Is there like an API? API, is there an index.dts for the API? Okay, so I can look in the API. So the registration. Get block support, get block type. Where's the register block type? Register block collection. Right, there we go. Attributes, extends, record, string, any, metadata. Holy balls. Okay. Yeah, record, I'm not sure either. If I go like block, like I'm not seeing any of the types here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, no. I mean, I guess I could just do my own interface, right? Like I could say interface, and we'll call this register block. I don't know, right? And then, like, I should be able to type this object as register block, right? And then, first type is being used as a value here. What? Save. No, like this is just, I don't get what I'm doing wrong here. Okay. Oh, do I have to like do it like this? No. So I mean, this should be a string, right? Should not. It should be used as a value here. What? That doesn't make any sense. Metadata block configuration settings partial configuration undefined block undefined. Oh, I wonder if this is an older implementation. I wonder if this is the problem that we're running into. Because register block type, according to this, has only got metadata, and then it's got settings. Like this is the one that we want here. T attributes extends record, any T name string. Like what the deuce? Welcome to TypeScript. It makes no sense. So that's kind of the stumbling block that I'm on here. Especially file purposes, it's a pick attributes title category, attributes title category. So it's just missing stuff entirely. What was the import statement here? This block-headed props. Okay. Yeah, this is super weird. So I think I do know that the types that have been, like, when you install from Definitely Typed, which is where that comes from, is not up to date. I know that it has not been updated, but I don't really understand. I don't really know enough about, I think, TypeScript at this point to understand the errors that I'm up against here. Yeah. Oh wait, no. In here. Oops. I don't really see what is going on here. This is definitely something that I want to learn more about. I think it's really cool that we can do this. Like, but what purpose is it really serving at this point? For simple blocks, I don't think it's... My personal opinion is that I don't know how beneficial it is. For very complicated things, I can definitely see it. Or not even very complicated, just larger things. I can definitely see it being helpful. Definitely. And this part here is much more clear to me now. So I should actually put this into my own types, right? I could go... like block attributes, right? I can export this, and that's probably the better way of doing it. And then over in here, I can import from, is it just types? Where am I here? Yeah. I mean, we can make one. It's not, that would be totally doable. It's just, I don't know if it's gonna work. Like, I don't know what the, like, this passes to here now, and I can get rid of that. I can just get my types pulled in normally. No, get out of here, I don't want that. Do I have to do d.ts? Do I have to do that? Oh, that's weird. Okay. So definitely some things that we need to figure out. Like, for example, like this is telling me I can't pull my types in, right? So I can just... Or it's telling me that I can't resolve it, but it is resolving it. So, is it? I thought this was like the definitions, but maybe you're right. Let's see. Maybe that's all we need to do. It's for the definition. It's the definitions for the modules. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, Timothy, you clearly know a lot more about this than I do, which is great. So thank you for dropping by and you know, helping out, making me smarter. That's probably the wrong word, but whatever. And then let's see, what am I doing? I'm gonna dump my notes folder. Deleted. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, it's noon. I think I need to rerun that. JSON needed to be updated. Anyways, okay. So, yeah. Okay, so we have our types, which is great. So we can do it that way. Let's see what happens when I introduce, because I'm going to use the rich text editor, rich text component here to actually manage saving this stuff. So I'm just gonna do this, right? Oh no, and we'll see what I can get out of this. Const block props equals use block props. Oh no, duh. And I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3 block props. And we'll call this tag is gonna be. No, sorry, tag name is going to be P. And value is going to be a message. I think I can just probably get rid of this line. Oh, God, not that. This line, save it. On change is going to be a function, and say new text, and then we're going to need set attribute. Oh, this is nice. That's nice. That was really cool, actually. Oh, I'm starting to fall in love with this now. The thing that happened was it knew about set attributes, and that's super tight because normally I have to just know what needs to be put in there, but that just knew about it, which is wicked. Yeah, I might be converted. Hold on, that's pretty awesome. Let me just run this npm start. That right there saves so much time. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay. You win. This is a message. I'm gonna save it and. Okay, so now is there anything? So this isn't giving me grief about anything. Why is this still doing this? This doesn't make any sense. It is listed in the project dependencies. Is it not? Package.json. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, well, whatever. Anyways. Yeah, okay. Well, I think I'm going to call it here. I don't know, has this helped anyone? You can't also need the regular package installed, not just a type package. Do I not? WordPress blocks? Maybe I don't have it installed. Maybe you're right. No, I don't. I don't at all. Let me just install that. Thank you again, Timothy. Or Tim. Can I call you Tim? Is that cool? I feel like we're friends now. Oh, that was quick. Okay, so let's see. So that's probably going to fix my problem. Oh. Slightly different error. Saying it's not things for the stream. So it's still giving me grief, but I don't know if that's just my setup. So this is the part, this is the stuff that I find to be convoluted and confusing. And this is probably because I just don't know what I'm doing. But like when I install something, now I'm getting an error. Now I got to install more things. I don't understand what I'm installing. The error messaging is coming from ESLint. It's not coming from Typescript. So I don't know. Is my ESLint config conflicting with my Typescript config? Like this is sort of the opaqueness of this stuff that I can see being a real stumbling block. I absolutely love that this just knows like is selected. Oh my god, that's amazing. Like it's just it just knows about everything that it needs to know. So I mean, if I can get one set up so that we can build a block really quickly without having to fight with this stuff, I think TypeScript could be really beneficial for discoverability. It definitely has some syntax that's not definitely like this stuff is not immediately apparent what we're doing here. But that's just an education piece. That's not something that I need to, and this is me. This is like I'm on my soapbox here for a minute apparently. But I think this can be super powerful. But getting it to a place where it makes sense, and then making sure that the types are up to date. Are definitely a thing that we need to keep in mind, because I know for a fact that some of them are not. Anyways, like all this ridiculousness, like I don't even know what we're doing here. I don't know why this is being so dumb. Am I missing something? Maybe I'm just missing something. String. That's not right. String settings. Edit. Oh. Wait. No, I don't know. Anyways, I had an epiphany, I thought, but I didn't. I think the types they're requiring is to have the title and category and such. Yeah, but you don't define that in the block.json. And I think that's where the disconnect is, Timothy. I think you're 100% right. I think it's looking for us to put it all in the thing, but that's not how we're doing it anymore. I mean, you can do it that way, but there are some downsides. So I think updating these types is one roadblock. So I mean, we could write our own types here, and then figure that out, I guess. And maybe that's part of it, right? Maybe it's writing the type and then getting it put up there. I don't know. But anyways, it's 12:13. You've all been so awesome for putting up with my rambling and all that stuff. But I think I'm going to call it here. I will push all this code up so we can you can all play around with it. But thank you so much for coming by. Timothy, thank you again for all of your help. And Aruba and Florida or Kevin, whatever alias you're using today, thank you for coming. And I'll catch you next week. Bye. Oh, I forgot to mention something. I don't know if everyone's still here or not. But I forgot to mention something. I have a Discord that I opened. And if you're interested, you can jump in here. I don't even know if anyone's on here anymore, but I have, yeah. So you should be able to get in there. This Discord is for the people coming here so we can continue our talks and all this good fun stuff. Yeah, so hopefully I haven't missed everyone, but thanks. But yeah, so feel free to invite folks. Now keep in mind, this place is for streamers, or not for streamers, this place is for like what we do, but it's also hopefully going to be a place where people can help each other with questions and issues and stuff that they're running into, regardless of the topic of the streams, but just general awesomeness around the community. Anyways, so now I'm going to officially stop the stream right now. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more content about Gutenberg and WordPress development.